It's 3 a.m. You've been tossing and turning in your bed for hours now. As you've just finished your late night cramming session you become so accustomed to moments prior. You hope you can get at least a couple hours of sleep this night, but seemingly can't. The sensation is defined as insomnia, a sleeping disorder that causes individuals to have difficulty falling asleep. I imagine many of you here today have stayed up late at least once in your lives, and oftentimes this can lead to fatigue, mood swings, and even late wake up times. However, if you're like me and the lack of sleep persists in your day to day life, odds are you're not prioritizing your sleep as much as you should have and could very well be suffering from signs of insomnia. This afternoon, I would take a couple of moments of your time to talk about the causes of insomnia, then move on to some of the effects, and finally discuss ways to treat and prevent insomnia. To get started, let's talk about some of the causes of insomnia. According to a student and author, Perez Kemka, along with several co-authors of the academic journal Causes for Sleep Deprivation, quote, the primary reason for sleep deprivation came out to be an excessive use of social media and streaming services. So what are some examples, you may ask? Some examples could be excessive instant messaging, otherwise known as texting, through social media, and also the excessive use of social media platforms such as Instagram or Facebook. But it's not just the excessive use, but also the light that emits off the devices. The devices that use social media emit unnatural light, which the body does not need. And because of this unnatural light, it does not permit the production of the compound melatonin, which is what the circadian rhythm needs to be active, which is the sleep-wake cycle. And because of this unnatural light, the body can't get its full 8 hours because the circadian rhythm can't be into effect. Another cause of insomnia is through lifestyle factors. Some examples can be through increased stress, anxiety, or depression. This can come from jobs or academic needs, but ultimately allow for increased tension in the muscles and joints, which limit the amount of relaxation a body can have. This lack of a relaxed state causes the body not to allow for REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement sleep. Also, other than lifestyle factors, you have educational pressures. So, for example, the stresses and worries of a big exam, and also the habits of studying late at night, both of which can sometimes be unpreventable and can cause the elimination of hours an individual could sleep. So if a normal individual could sleep 8 hours, these could probably sleep 4 or 5, and could ultimately cause a lower performance during the day as opposed to individual with more sleep. Now that we talked about some of the causes of insomnia, let's move on to talk about some of its detrimental effects. Dr. Polly Punitz, a pediatrician with Redstone Pediatrics Associates, explained in regards to having a lack of sleep, quote, children are less likely to sustain their attention in school. Older children and adults are more likely to have a blunted effect, maybe even depression. What she refers to in this quote are the psychological effects that come with insomnia. Some examples could be a lack of concentration, mood swings, depression, and even an increase of unintentional accidents, all of which cause lower performance during the day as a result of a lack of sleep, and is more of a psychological component as the body isn't fully aware of what it does since it has not fully rested, and therefore accidents can occur as a result. And the psychological effects aren't the most dangerous. It's actually the increased risks to health conditions, which is another effect of insomnia. Some examples of this could be an increased risk to heart disease, obesity, cancer, and even diabetes. Now, the reason for this is the fact that because an individual didn't receive enough sleep, the body does not feel well rested and therefore can be actually weakened, such as in the immune system and the organs surrounding it. Because of its weakened state, it is more susceptible for such conditions to occur in a body and therefore has an increased significance in mortality and therefore a lower life expectancy, which is why it is one of the most dangerous effects of insomnia. Now that we talked about some of the effects, although the effects may be seen as dangerous, There are also ways to prevent insomnia from ever occurring. According to naturopath Kelly McFarlane from Sydney, Australia, quote, using a holistic and natural approach, patients can create a healthier sleep cycle by modifying their schedules, environment, etc. What she means by this is through natural remedies, which is one way to prevent insomnia from occurring. Some examples of natural remedies can be through herbal treatments and also through nutritional medicine. So herbal treatments can be through tea or other organic means, and nutritional medicines can just be medicines that come from organic means. So some pills could be examples, all of which provide a natural approach to eliminate insomnia, which can help the body feel more relaxed. You also have, as another way to prevent insomnia, the elimination of artificial lighting. So, like we discussed in the first point, if you eliminate the screens of television screens, phones, lamps, and night lights, any artificial light that comes through, if you eliminate that and surround with total darkness, this can actually motivate REM sleep to occur and therefore eliminate insomnia from ever occurring to begin with. As one final piece of prevention advice, you also have a healthier sleep hygiene. So some examples of doing so would be by creating a sleep routine or a sleeping schedule, which promotes the circadian rhythm to occur. Another way is to eliminate sleep sabotage techniques. Sleep sabotage is pretty much sabotage techniques in which an individual completely eliminates sleep in their natural course of life. So, for example, when you eat or drink something before going to bed, that enables you to wake up later at night, having to completely sabotage your sleep. By eliminating those methods, you could potentially improve the decreased rate of insomnia. Let's end off by summarizing the main points. In short, insomnia or a lack of sleep can occur with anyone, but overall, it should not be taken for granted. Sleep is one of the most important aspects of life and as a bodily function, as it can not only, heal the body, but also prevent the negative side effects from ever occurring. I hope today, by talking to you about the causes, effects, and prevention tactics of insomnia, you can take into account the importance of sleep in a day-to-day life and use it on your daily basis. I also hope that whenever you're presented in a situation where you have little to no sleep and with a great deal of stress, you can have some reassurance knowing this can be prevented and stopped with some willpower and the strength of your own self. Thank you.